Welcome everybody to today's video, which is going to be on how to utilize MT5 effectively after the new update. I've had another one of these videos out for about a year now with about 1,000 views on it, which is great, but I've been wanting to redo this video for a long time. And now with the new MT5 updates, I have all the more reason to do so. So a little bit about myself. I've been trading on MT5 for about 4 years now. 3 months into starting trading, I quit my full-time job and I've been full-time ever since. Now, that 4 years is just with this style of trading. That doesn't include the crypto trading before, which is irrelevant. Long story short is I've been using MT5 for a very long time, and I put people on this every single day, which is why this video is so necessary. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll enjoy making it. So see you in the next clip. So the first thing you're going to need to do, if you don't already have an MT5 login, is you're going to need to create a live account or a demo account. So here I'm using PU Prime. This is the broker I've been using the entire time I've been trading. I started with them because it was the easiest in Canada to create a demo account. And upon doing research, looking for a broker to use, it was just the obvious option. It's the best broker in Canada. The only place you can't use this, unfortunately, is the United States. Everywhere else in the world, this is my most highly recommended broker. Great spreads, and actually no spreads if you so choose. So this is obviously my active demo account. This started at $1,000. This is the account I use when I'm not supposed to be trading. When I'm outside my trading times, outside of my trading days, for example, I only trade Sunday to Wednesday, sometimes Thursday, depending on the markets, and I typically only trade mornings or evenings. So when I'm outside of those times is when I use this demo account, or if I'm trying something risky or trying backtesting a different strategy. Highly recommend having this account so that you're not instinctively just I need to trade and going to your live account. Like, you have this backup to go to and abuse, and we can reset the balance of this at any point. So the great thing about PU Prime, especially with Revolt, is you're going to get a 100% deposit bonus. So you put $100 in, you're going to have $200 to trade with. Obviously, you can't pull that additional $100 out, but it's yours to trade with. Say, for example, if you lost your original 100, you have $100 to make it back. That 100% bonus is up to 1,000, and you can use US currency if you choose to. So say, 1,400 Canadian, give or take, is $1,000 USD. So if you do it in USD, they're going to double that USD as well. So you'll have 2,000 USD to trade with. And then anything after that is 20%. So for opening an account, this is live account. We're going to go to demo. Live is super straightforward. You choose your currency and you accept and make the account. For demo account, it's a little bit different. Firstly, we're going to make sure we're on MetaTrader 5. We're going to choose our account type. So standard has spreads. If you don't know spreads, there'll be another video for that. And Prime is a minimum $1,000 investment, but you have no spreads, just raw charts. It's excellent. That's how I trade personally. Every trader typically deals with spreads, so this is normal. If you want to do that, Prime is my go-to. So I'm going to create a $1,000 Prime account in Canadian dollars. I'm going to go with 100 to 1 leverage. You can choose 500 to 1. That's up to you. I believe the Prime account is 500 to 1. And we're going to go with $1,000 balance. So we're going to submit this. Confirm. I know. I always love that. So what we can do here is, say you're only starting with $100 and you're having that doubled to $200, right? So what you can do is you can reset that balance to $200. We won't do that right this second, but we're starting with this $1,000 account, and we are now going to switch over to mobile. All right, so as you can see, we got an email from PU Prime. There's our MT5 login, our MT5 password, and our server. This is super important. Take note of this, because if you do a live account, there are different servers that you will have to choose from to make sure you're on the right one. So we're going to take this login. So that's 7,000,42582. Actually, you know what? We're going to have to come back and copy that. We're going to go over to MetaTrader 5. So as you can see, when you come to MT5, it prompts you to open a MetaQuotes demo account. I do not recommend doing this because you're missing out on a lot of the market. There's a lot of pairs that the MetaQuotes one does not have. So we're going to go to settings. We're going to go new account, and we're going to search for PU Prime. or your broker. PU Prime Ltd, Pearso server, demo, login. We're just going to copy it, keep it simple. Sometimes the copying it's a little bit finicky and you might have to type the password in. Just make sure that you are only copying the characters in the password. Now we're going to sign in. There you go. So we can actually save that password. I'm not going to bother because this is a throwaway, but we now have $1,000 to trade with. All right, so we are now in MT5. The first thing that I recommend doing when we get in here is coming over to quotes. See the pencil at the top of the page here. We're going to press this, and we're just going to delete all of these pairs. So we can start with a fresh slate. I'm just going to add a couple here. Let's start with XAU USD. This is gold. So note that there is the period P at the end of this. If you were on a standard account, this would be a period S. Of course, we're on a Prime account, so it's period P. We're going to start this, and that will give us our first pair. So when you click on this, you can come in, you can see the details. You'll be able to see your spreads. You can see your swap long, swap short. Obviously, there's no spreads on this, so I won't show that. But the swap long is if you're holding a long position over the market break, or a swap or a short over the market break, you're going to be $40 up or $70 down on a standard lot. So we're going to go from here to chart. Everything I do in MT5, and the markets are actually about to close now that I think about it, so we're going to add Bitcoin as well, BTC, USD. There's no period P. Notice for the crypto, it doesn't matter if it's standard or prime, it's the same server. So we're actually going to go to chart on Bitcoin. Now, this chart here, these are custom settings for mine. I'll touch on that later. So from this screen here, this is where I do all of my trading. You'll notice at the top left, you have your hourly. So that changes. So right now, your time frame. Each one of these candles is 1 hour of history, right? In trading, the charts just repeat themselves in history. History repeats itself at different levels. So each one of these candles is 1 hour. We're going to change it to the 15-minute. Now, one thing that you can do here to notice how I can scroll my screen all the way to the left here. If you scroll your screen all the way to the left, you'll see this blue line appear. So now you can grab that arrow at the bottom, because this is where it'll normally start. So what this does, you scroll it all the way to the left, and now you can slide this arrow along, and it just gives you more room to manipulate. So while I'm doing this, I'm scrolling my finger down the right side of the screen where the numbers are, and it's contracting and expanding the chart. And to open, I'm just pinch and pull with 2 fingers. Now that we're on the 15-minute, we're going to set a buy limit. So you'll see the top of the screen here. You've got what looks like a clock. We're going to click on that. Now, notice how up above here it's a sell limit, but once I scroll it past where the market is currently, it turns into a buy limit. So super smooth, super easy to do. Next option, if you click, see at the bottom here, you've got market execution, you've got sell limit, and you've got buy stop. So buy stop, same thing. Except the only difference between a buy limit and a buy stop is a buy limit, for example, you're looking for the market to come down here, and when it hits this, it will automatically enter that trade. A buy stop, on the other hand, you're expecting the market to come up. You're expecting the market to come up to this line and continue, and it will automatically enter you in this trade. Same but opposite for a sell stop. You're expecting the market to come down to the sell stop and continue, and a sell limit, you're expecting the market to come up to the line and sell from there. So those are nice for patterns that haven't quite filled yet. You know it's going to come up to this zone because you've studied your education, and this is where you think the market's going to come to. It comes here, enters the trade. So we're gonna keep it simple, slide it down. We now have a buy limit, right? The market is going to come to this line and enter the trade. So that's where we're getting into the trade. Now, at the bottom of the screen here, you see the red SL and the green TP. We're going to take our stop loss here. We're going to scroll it to, let's just take it down here. So on the left of the stop loss line, you can see we're approximately $25. So that's what we're risking. And then we press the TP button. It puts up the TP line. And this is where we're going to go for a 1 to 3. So we're risking $25 to make $75. So say we want to risk more than $25 to gain more than $75. Our account is bigger. Our account can handle it. We've done our risk management. We understand that all. What we can do is bring this bottom screen up, and we can just change our lot size. Say we want to do a $1 lot. Bring this down. Now we've got 250 CAD risk for 750 gain. So before you even enter the trade, you know what you're risking and what you're looking to gain. Now, all we have to do is place the buy limit. So now we can see this in the trade tab at the bottom. So obviously we've got quotes, chart, trade, and history. So in the trade tab, you can see this trade, you can see your stop loss, you can see the current price. If we go to chart and you decide that something's happening in the markets, all you have to do is tap any one of these lines, the stop loss, the buy limit, or the take profit, and you can adjust where these lines are. Move that up, we want to move this up, and we want to move this up. Press the blue arrow at the bottom beside TP, so you see SLTP in the blue arrow, and then modify. Now, say we want to get rid of this trade, all we have to come and do is click on one of these lines and delete. So like I said, everything can be done from the chart. So that is the same for a buy limit as it is for a sell limit. It's just reversed. Now, we're just going to hop in this trade. So up at the top right, you see the rectangle with the red and the blue. That will pull up this instant execute button. So we're going to just, well, firstly, change our lot size down to a 0.25. And we're going to press sell. Accept the trade conditions. You'll only have to do this once. Press sell again, and now you are in a position. All you have to do to modify this position is press on the line, TP. Down here, we're looking to make $50. Stop loss up here, we're risking $20. And the blue arrow beside TP at the bottom gives us our modify. We've now modified. So in our trade, we can see this active trade running. And now in order to close this trade, you can either do that here from the chart, close sell 0.25, or you can come to trade and scroll right on it. That will bring you to the close. Now, while you're in the close screen, you can choose if you want to close the whole or a portion. You can see I'm up at the lot size here. This should be a 0.25. If I want to close a portion, say I want to close 0.1 of my 0.25. Put that in, scroll down on the screen, and now I'm only closing a portion of my trade. So now I've got 0.15 running, and my history will show the $2.50 loss. Now you can change the top right corner here, the clock. You can change this to be today, last week, last month, whatever you want it to be. And yeah, that's that. We're just going to get out of this trade. Close 15. All right, that is the basics of MetaTrader 5. It's honestly super simple, especially with this new update. Top right corner for instant execute. The clock for buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop. Something I forgot to include for the buy limit and sell limit, as well as the buy stop, sell stop. Say we're setting a buy limit, we get our take profit and our stop loss on the screen. You can actually just scroll up on this now and type in your numbers. So for example, you get a call out and maybe it's a buy limit, maybe it's an instant execute. You can show this trade. So you set your buy limit where the trade call out says you're entering. If it's right now on the market, you just move it to where the market is closest to. And then you can input your stop loss take profit. And that's a super quick measuring tool to show that's how much I'm risking. That's how much I'm looking to gain. I can come in here like we talked about earlier, change lot size. Okay, yep, 160 looks about right. That's how much I want to risk. Or I can risk a little bit more, up to $1. What is that, 320? Yep, that's better, 320 for 683. Sounds good. And now we just get rid of this completely and we just instantly execute the trade and then modify. Last couple things from the chart here. You've got your indicators. I run the stochastic and RSI, but you just click on here and that is this screen at the bottom here. And then for objects, say we want to mark out a zone or something, you can do this. That's our zone, but there's a bunch of different, you can play with that on your own will. And this tool that I've used a couple times here at the top, this little bullseye looking thing. So this is a good way to go, okay, that's my number, whatever, line up, check a zone. It's just a handy little tool. You just got to turn it off in order to manipulate the chart again. So for settings, if you go to settings, charts, and then colors, this is how you're going to change the colors of your candles. So your bull candle, bear candle, that'll be like the main body of the candle. And then the bar up, bar down, that will be the wick. But if I say put a white around my bar up, which is the bull candle, it's going to show the wick in white, but also an outline of the bull candle in white as well. Come into main settings, one-click trading, I have that on. Trade history, I have that on. That shows the arrows where we got in and out of the trades. SLTP levels, have that on. Trade positions, that shows your active trades. Ask price line, that is going to show your spread. So like where the market is versus where you're actually going to get into the trade. And trading panel at the bottom, I have this on, but you do want to typically turn this off if you're not trading, so you don't accidentally trade when you don't want to. So yeah, we made our money back also. And that concludes this MT5 tutorial. I hope it gave you everything you need to go crush it in the charts and make some other freaking money, because that's why we're here, man. If you're looking for support, community, callouts, live sessions, basics education through advanced, smart money concepts, I will have it linked in the bio. This is free education, man. This is the same education I've been paying $250 a month for the last over 4 years, and it is now free. It's now free. If this trading is not something you want to try doing on your own, trust me, it'll cost you a lot of money. If I hadn't have had this support, I wouldn't have gotten to where I got to this quickly, leaving my job in 3 months, which I do not recommend, by the way. It is just was only possible because of the systems in place. The results that we see within Revolt are just absurd. Just last week, someone went $250 Canadian dollars to over 14,000. Another did $50 to over 3,000. And this is it's just another week. So till next time, or till I see you on the inside, peace.